You know what? Now you can hear me. Now you should be able to hear me. All right, all right, all right, all right. Beautiful thing. I had my mute on. Yes, indeed. Let me turn that down. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Peace, everybody. I am Asaad Muhammad, your courage coach. Now we had little technical difficulties, just small technical difficulties. But one thing I want to do right now, while in just talking about the technical difficulties, while our host, brother Daryl, does some tinkering on his machine. This is an excellent point to talk about being flexible. We're going to get into the topic tonight. We're going to take in the topic of scarcity to abundance and shifting that financial paradigm. But let's just spend a moment talking about flexibility, right? Not in every instance, at all times, no matter what, is everything going to go the way you think it should go. Let's just go ahead and settle in on that right now. Just let that kind of percolate in your spirit. Everything is not always going to go the way that you think it should go. And I was talking to one of my coaching clients just recently, Brother Daryl, and everybody that's watching, and we welcome you to the Money Game live. You go all at the this is the Money Game live. If you all have not been tapping into Brother Daryl, our host, and what he's been doing over a really a long time, brother Daryl, I thank you because you've always been on the cutting edge of all things financial and upliftment and just always trying to stay relevant and engaged in the comings and goings of what's happening now. And you always found a way to reach out to me, say, hey bro, I got this, hey bro, I heard about this, hey bro, take a look at this. You never shied away and never tried to hold it to himself and amass all these riches and wealth and not share it. So you always, brother Daryl, always made it a point to share, share, share. He always shared the information. He didn't keep it to himself. He may go and immerse himself and lock in and get it down because he's a person where he's not going to guide you or lead you or suggest something that he has not already vetted. That's not how he gets down. He wants to make sure that whatever it is right and exact. It's been checked out. It's been thoroughly looked at or investigated to make sure it's something safe and viable. All right. So he'll take the hit. He'll take the weight. He'll take the financial risk in order to make sure that a lot of us who may look to him and say, you know what, this is my brother. He's always been solid. His word has always been his bond. He say, look at this. I'm going to look at this. So he always takes the risk first. Then he'll bring it back and say, hey, I've already spied the land. The giants are gone. There are no giants. Y'all come on in. So thank you, Brother Daryl, for that. And so, but one of the things, you all, is I was talking to one of my coaching clients and I was sharing with them, they were asking me about my day and how's your day going? I said, you know what? My day is always great. I always have a great day. My day is amazing. My life is amazing. And they were like, wow, that's good to hear. And they was like, they're trying to figure out how is that possible? How's your life so amazing? You have this great attitude and spirit. I say, you know what? Because one of the keys that I found for myself, and I'm gonna give you all a key. And if you got a pen and a pad or your phone, make a note right now on this one because you want to get this in. One of the keys to always having a great day, a great time, a great life, an extremely magical moment is to be flexible. Here's what I mean by that. Being flexible is having enough sense, intelligence, knowledge to know that you don't control everything. I'm going to say it again. You do not control everything. I'm going to say it one more time, getting my Dr. Umar on. You don't control everything. And once you resolve that in your spirit that you are not in control of everything and everybody, once you get that dialed in, then you relax a little, knowing that, wait a minute, the things I can control, I control. The things I don't, I just let it be what it is. And I maneuver within that. See, it'd be great if you controlled whether somebody else on your way to work, maybe 10 minutes ahead of you, had a fender bender or a major accident on the highway. You have no control over that. That has nothing to do with you. You can blame yourself if you want to, but this goes into that mindset that we're going to talk about in a little while. You can blame yourself. So, well, I should have left like 15 minutes earlier, or maybe I should have went down this different street. You can spend your time and go down the rabbit hole of insanity doing that, or you can say, you know what, this is what it is. I can't control traffic. I don't control who runs into who or how the lanes of people looky looing. I don't control none of that. So why spend any amount of your brain power or spirit or energy being upset, angry, disgusted, disappointed, and all the myriad of emotions you can feel? You know, you worried about your job. I'm gonna be late. No, it's gonna be whatever it's gonna be. You don't control the people's company, so you could come early and they can let you go. That's, you don't control that part of it. So why not just relax in that, knowing that the things you can control, we control, and the things you don't worry about it. And so in the in that little kind of verbiage that's out there, it talks about the wisdom to know the difference, right? You got to know the difference between the things you can control and you have influence over, and the things you don't have influence over or can control, and the wisdom to know the difference between the two. And once you dial into that, once you lock that in, I'm telling you, things become so much more smoother and easier. See, when I was younger, many of my younger years, I used to try to control people. Some of you all have that same challenge. You're trying to control people. Have you not realized that you have absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, zero control over people? Some of you have children. Don't you kind of got that down by now? I mean, they might be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You say, what is wrong with these people? You be like, you don't control them. You do your best, and we've implemented systems and strategies and all these things to try to control them. And a lot of times this stuff is not good. We're going to talk about some of this stuff. But you realize that I really have minor control. It's just the control is to the level of maybe fear or whatever else you might have tried to instill or use as a tactic or strategy, but you really have no control. It's kind of like this, where you can say, do this and don't do that, and don't do this and do this and don't do that. And you can do all that stuff. You said all that. They should know better, you said, right? Then they get in some stuff and they got involved in something they had no business being involved in. They did that, that, and the other, and the third. And then you was like, you know better than this. Yeah, they do, but you don't control them. Get out of the people control business. I promise you, your life gonna be so much easier when you get out of the people control business. Now, I'm not talking about self control. I'm talking about other people control. Self control, you got full control over that. That's your area. That's your wheelhouse. That is your expertise level if you use it right. All right. So just keep in mind that when we have these kind of situations where life hands us something or a situation presents itself, usually it may not be to any fault of our own. Right. Sometimes it's something that we are directly involved in. It could be just a misstep, something that we left out, or a misunderstanding. It could be anything. It doesn't matter. Ultimately, we just take it as it is and roll with it. Say, okay, because I can choose my attitude about everything. I can choose how I want to approach something, no matter what it is. So what I chosen to do for myself, and I'll give you all this next little jewel a tip. What I've done for myself over many years is I decided, since I have control over me and my emotions and feelings and thoughts about things, circumstances, and situations, many of which are beyond my control, I decided that I'm going to choose feelings and meanings that feel best to me. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna choose feelings and meanings that feel best to me. So, say you walking down the street, you just going about your business, maybe going on a little power walk. You get now, you staying fit, right? We got to stay fit. We got to keep the machine right. So we tuning up our machine, right? We out there walking. May do a little like jog, may get your Nuri on and be a full on run, brother Nuri, full on run. Him and Sister Terry, shout out to the home team, right? And so you got a full on run. I don't like running because I'm a scrapper, so I don't like running. But say you doing it and you trip and you fall down. Oh no. What does that mean? Does it mean you're clumsy? Does it mean you're stupid? You're dumb? What does it mean? You mean God's punishing you? Maybe God's punishing you. Ooh, God's trying to get you because you did something wrong sometime. Yeah. It can mean all that if that's what you want it to mean. Or it can mean that you might want to slow down a little bit. It might mean that, now's a good time to just walk and observe the neighborhood I'm in. It also could mean that, maybe I need to pick up my feet, get my legs up a little higher, get my form together. Maybe this may be an excellent opportunity for me to say, let me work on my form. Or it might mean it's time for an upgraded shoe. It could mean anything, y'all. It could mean that it was time for you to slow down because you're going to meet somebody on the trail, and as you've been running that fast, you would have missed them, and that was a business deal you could have. What does it mean? I don't know what it means. It doesn't mean anything ultimately, but since it doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of the universe, why not choose a meaning that feels good to you? You got full control over that. Hmm. All right. So when we deal with something like this, a technical difficulty, some people are like, oh no, they sound is out. Oh, what are they gonna do? I would have just end the broadcast. We just maybe do it another time. You could go there, or we say, you know what? We try to fix it. We try to solve it. Do a few things. And say, all right, let's pivot. But see, this is leads to us to a point, and we start getting into this conversation about scarcity and abundance, right? Scarcity and abundance, because that ability that you all just watched Brother Daryl and myself shift quickly, right? We shifted quickly. No hesitation. No, well, we can do it again. No, we don't do that. That ain't how we roll. We like, no, let's we figure out what we can figure out. Move on. Keep going. Right. But we're professionals about what we do in all areas of our life. You know what? Hey, okay, that didn't work. Let's go to this now. We don't miss a beat. We don't go home and sulk and oh well, man, these man probably they messing with the broadcast. I ain't going down that rabbit hole. That's useless. It doesn't serve me. So we pivot. And this is one of the techniques and strategies we want you all to implement in your life if you want to be able to have a more empowered experience as you go through your day. Learning how to pivot and adjust and move and shift, block and parry. You got to know how to. You don't have to, but you might want to learn how to do these things, because what that will do, that will give you a better overall experience, and you'll find yourself kind of moving with the force, like Star Wars, Luke Skywalker and the crew. They be moving with the force. You be like, oh shoot, you feeling like Neo in the Matrix when he finally got it, when he realized that, wait a minute. He said, you mean tell me I can dodge bullets? He said, no, I'm telling you, you won't have to. What? I could just stop. Man, that's a whole different mindset. But now here we go. We got to deal with this, because all that I just said and all the things that most people tend to do as it relates to what we were dealing with the sound leads us to the first part of the overall talk: scarcity. The scarcity mindset. Most people, I'm going to say most, because I've talked to a lot of people in my life. After many, many years of traveling the world as a speaker, a trainer, or a coach, I've got a chance to talk to a lot of people, interact with a lot of people from a lot of different walks of life. And I found there was a pattern, that most people are operating from: this scarcity, this lack, this mindset of limitation, right? Oh, there you go. You back? Uh-oh. I think I hear. Alaikum salam. We hear him. Where is that? Here he is.
Praise be to Allah. Go ahead, brother. Go right ahead.
All right, and then I'll segue over to you however you want to do that. And so with that scarcity, lack, and limitation mindset, it really is it's a big setup that happened very early on. Now let me y'all just work with me just a minute. I want to walk you through this, because wouldn't it be awesome if you lived your life and everything was just abundant, love and happiness and peace and tranquility and money and just access and all these things just flow in abundance. Your cup was running over. Oh, your cup runneth over. Ooh, cup runneth over. Yeah, woo, some of y'all like that feeling right there. Like, ooh, I like that cup runneth over feeling. That feels good in my spirit. As soon as you said that, Brother Asaad, I'm like, whoo, I felt something. Holy Spirit always came into me, right? And so you're thinking to yourself, well, I love that. But why haven't I gotten that? Why am I not really in that place? Why am I not experiencing that and being able to touch and hold those things? What's going on? What's the setup? You've been set up. Oh yeah, you've been set up. We've been set up. See, let me show you how the setup, some of the setup works. Watch this. Back when you were younger, right? You were little. Um, when you were a little baby, like one, two, three, four, maybe four, going up to five, you were happy. You were exploring. You were touching everything, putting everything in your mouth. You were going in rooms, you were doing this, climb on that, grab this, pull down this. You walking, you talking to strangers. You was doing it all. You was doing the most. You was jumping off of this and climbing up on that and crawling under this. And you were doing all that. You were happy because you were here. You were like, woo, I'm here. I'm here, y'all. I'm here. So you just checking it all out. Like, oh shoot, I'm in the wonderful world of everything. Like, you mean to tell me you mean to tell watch this, watch this. This is what you were thinking, even though you don't remember this. You said, wait a minute, I showed up to a place where any and everything I can imagine I can make happen. It can be made happen to happen. When they say like a kid in a candy store, you walked into a wonderful magical world of stuff that any and everything you can conceive, you can actually bring it into tangible reality. If you can think it, you can make it. Wait a minute, wait a minute. So you were excited. You got here, you like, whoo, okay, I'm in the game. Let's go, let's get it. Woo. But here's a challenge. You had some people, right? Person or people who were in charge of you. Your primary care providers, your mom and them, your daddy and your mom and them, whoever, your grandma and them, whoever it was, your auntie, somebody was in charge of you. And they didn't understand their job. They did not know their responsibility or role. They were operating because they had gotten tricked. They were operating under a certain programming. And the programming was stop, don't, quit, get down, sit down, right? Shut up. You got all this stuff that told you to stop exploring, stop creating, stop being happy, stop speaking to people, stop all that smiling, quit all that playing, and all the things we got told when we were one and two and three and four and coming up to five. Then they sent us off to the school people. Yes, they did. This is where the scarcity mindset starts coming in. Now, hold on. See, when I was growing up, some of you are old enough to know this. When you got to kindergarten, or y'all, some of y'all call it kindergarten. When you were in kindergarten, right? Uh, you wanted to go to first grade, right? You got to kindergarten, because we was kindergarten, we had the sandbox, we had the trikes, we was finger painting, we had the nap time, we had little cubbies and your lunches and stuff. I can still remember the smell of the lunchbox and the thermos, right? Y'all remember that? Y'all, some of y'all right now feeling, you can smell that in your nostrils. That lunchbox, the smell of the lunchbox and the plastic that we put a little sandwich in. It had a very unique smell. It probably wasn't healthy, but it had a very unique smell where you had your little sandwich up in there and you peel it out. And all that. So right, but you want to go to first grade, then you want to go to second grade, then you want to go to third grade, you want to go to fourth grade, then you got to like fifth and sixth. You like, whew, and somebody say, what grade are you in? It's like, I'm almost in high school, right? Because you were looking forward to the next level, right? Looking forward. Now watch now. But let's go back. In kindergarten, you know what they told you to do? They told you to stand on the line. They told you to get in single file line. They told you to color in the lines. They told you these are the letters and you do them like this. But here's the problem, y'all. If you were standing on the line and you decided to get off the line, a system was set up. If you were told to color the lines, you color outside the lines, a system was set up. If you were told to let it look like this and you did it like that, a system was set up to punish you if you get off the line, color outside, right? Come on now. Come on. Some of y'all know where I'm going with this, right? If you talking out of turn, you raise your hand, and once I acknowledge you, then you can talk. Whew. Stop fidgeting. They started set up. See, some of you like me, I was a little more on it. I'm a different kind of child, right? I'm gonna push the line a little bit harder, right? You gonna prove to me that this is the real line. You gonna show enough prove to me that this is the line, right? I'm gonna touch the line, step on it, erase it, move it, whatever. You gonna prove to me that this line is real, and then I have to abide by this line. You gonna prove that to me. I need all that. So for those of you who were challenging of that stuff, right? I don't. I want to call out here. I want to do it like this. I want to stand over here. I want to talk to my neighbor right now. I just feel like I need to say something to my neighbor, and they started to punish you and punish you and punish you to get you back in line. Well, what about this scarcity mindset? Where does the scarcity come in for that? Well, that was part of the conditioning to get you to behave. Do what you're told. But then what happens is, depending on when you, no matter, it really doesn't depend on when you were born, because I don't care if you were a baby boomer all the way up to right now, the news people were pumping commercials of lack and limitation, right? Whether it be the war and the scarcity and the fall, the economic collapse and the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl and the this and the duck and cover and the this and the that and the this and we got every generation gets a bunch of stuff that they get told that, oh, and remember we are the world, we are the remember that? I guess ain't nobody starving in Africa no more. I guess that's over. We got that done. We licked that problem. No, they ain't fixed that. No, because every generation get their stuff to make us think it's a scarcity of things. There's not enough stuff. Watch this transition. Watch this. I was talking to one of my coaching clients, and we we're talking about this very thing. And they were lamenting and just upset about this and that and this and that. I said, the one thing I realized after doing a lot of reflection and study is that everything goes or ends up in the ground. I'm gonna say it again. Everything ends up in the ground. Everything ends up in the ground. Everything comes from the ground and everything ends up in the ground. Some of you heard this saying, there's nothing new under the sun. You say, oh, nothing new under the sun. Yeah. But do you really understand what you're saying? Everything that is was, and everything that was will be. See, the street light that you stop at, that was here at the very beginning of everything. That street, all the material was already here. Ain't nothing new came down. Oh yeah, that came from a different planet, and then it came down, and we made it a light. That is not how that happened. All the materials, all the raw materials for every single thing we see now was already here in the very beginning of all creation. Wrap your mind around that, including you. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that I was here from the beginning? Yeah. But wait. But what about my great grandmama? She gone. No, unless they sent her off the planet. Everything that was is, everything that is will be. There's nothing. It's all the same stuff. Everything ends up in the ground, but everything comes from the ground. So there really is no scarcity. There's no death. There's no end. See, most people have learned to chase a destination and not the journey. See, you're missing the joy of the journey for chasing a destination. See, the scarcity mindset leads some of us to believe that there's not enough. I need to get it now, or somebody is going to get it before me, or if I don't strike now, then they do it with commercials. Act now, or else you're going to lose out. They're playing into that scarcity mindset. But let you catch it on the Black Friday sale, and it's twice it's lower than what it was when they did the act now. Stop playing with don't let them people play with your psychology like that. There's no lack of limitation. Watch this.
No.
I can take, because I growing stuff and all this stuff, fruits, vegetables. I realize this, brother Daryl, and everybody watching. We thank you all for watching us on the Money Game. It's the Money Game live. It's the Money Game live.
This is live. This is what happens when you're live.
That's right. And can you imagine you all how this is abundance right here? Let me show you this abundance. You can say, all I got is this one apple, and I'm hungry, and all I got is this one apple, and I got a whole family. And this one apple, we ain't gonna be able to do it with this one apple. But in that one apple, you got seeds. And there's a bunch of seeds. It ain't even one seed in the apple. It's a bunch of seeds in the apple. Whew, give you a lot of chances here. We're talking about abundance right here. See, scarcity is I'm focused on no single apple. What I'm gonna do with this? But the abundance mindset says, whoa. Let me go deeper. Oh, there's a lot of seeds in this apple. Now, this is where having the right mindset comes in. So, the way that the universe is set up and this planet we live on is set up for you to win. It's set up for me to win. It's actually set up for you to win. From the very beginning, it was actually a setup for you to win. Everything you need to win and do all the things you ever want to do in life and have and be is already at your disposal. It's there. It's waiting for you to show up, really. But are you at war with yourself? We're going to talk about this. We're going to get into this in a second. So we
Yes,
take
sir.
this apple and all these seeds, and the way it's set up, that all these seeds, or some of the seeds might not be viable. They may not be mature enough to turn into a tree, but we plant them all. We plant them all. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seeds in there. Oh my goodness! I plant all these seeds, and then out of maybe 5, 6 seeds, 3 may come up and sprout. Oh my goodness! Woo. Now think about this: from one apple planting seeds, you can have 3 trees. Do you know how many apples gonna come from each tree? You each season, you might have a double season where you get 2 crops in a year. But it don't be one apple on a tree. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 19. You got like 10, 15, 20, 30 apples on one tree. So now you got 90 apples on 3 trees, 90 apples, and how many seeds in each apple? So if you go 90 apples and we got 5 seeds in each apple, well, how many trees we got? Oh my goodness. See, you can just focus on the apple.
Bro, Rodney, bro, Rodney.
Ooh, what's
Brother
up?
Asaad, brother Asaad.
What's up?
Oh man, brother,
Come on.
you on fire, brother. I hate, I hate to stop you right there, but I gotta be a good host, right?
Yes, sir.
And welcome everybody. I mean, first of all, thank you, brother Asaad, for covering down as always. See, Allah sends you who you need when you need it, right? He and I have been doing shows like this for years. He just kind of touched on it. I heard him say it earlier, but we're going to have to come back on, and you will have the opportunity to hear from this brother on a more consistent basis, because we're not new to this, we true to this, right? You might have heard me say before, I was blessed by Allah's grace to start a Sunday weekly broadcast here on YouTube entitled Black Wealth Empowerment. And we did a total of 154 episodes. Brother Asaad did the research for us. He said that's more than a whole lot of sitcoms that are most famous, right? So we've done that. Now, half of that, I'll say about a half of that or a third or whatever it is, was with brother Jesse, now brother Kiam. And then when the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan pulled him away to be his exclusive social media manager, if you will, then of course that was a void, and I called brother Asaad and sister Brandy, and they graciously helped me. And we did that, brothers and sisters. So this may be new to you, what you're hearing, but it's not new to some of you all, because some of you are back again because you know what kind of product, what kind of information we bring, right? And those who don't know, I want to welcome you. This is your first time. This is episode number 3, but this might be your first time. Welcome, brothers and sisters. Hit the subscribe button here at Closing the Gap Broadcast Network. We were blessed, and I want to thank the Closing the Gap Broadcast Network for allowing me this opportunity, actually extending this offer to me after I was on this show as a guest. And that's student brother minister James, student brother minister Chad, and sister Starla, who are over Closing the Gap. And they have many, many different programs here, brothers and sisters. So go to the channel, YouTube channel, look around and find those programs that you like. Just like some of us watch ESPN on a regular basis. Some of us watch CNN, some of us watch NBC, whatever it is, right? If this kind of message resonates with your spirit, right, then there's other programs that I'm sure would resonate with your spirit as well, okay? So we want to welcome you and thank the Closing Gap Broadcast Network for allowing us to join their family. Brothers and sisters, this is a different type of program. When you hear about the money game, don't make any assumptions, because you'll be wrong, right? Because some of y'all tuning in talking, I thought this was about money. What is he talking about? Seeds and apples and disappointment. Man, I'm gone. See, that's been your program. You're operating on your current program. And if it's not taking you, not that you've gotten there yet, brother talked about the journey. If it's not taking you in that direction or not fast enough, then you need a reassessment and reevaluate. And this program is based on my book, as I was saying, you couldn't hear me. The Money Game So Black People Can Win and Dominate. It's not like 99.9% of any other book you've ever read or heard about talking about money. Why is that? What I've learned over my 4 years of being in this space of trying to figure this thing out about money. Now, those of us who are believers in the Nation of Islam, we know that the God himself studied for 42 years. So I've been trying to figure this out, and he had supreme wisdom. I've been trying to figure this thing out for 44 years, right? And myself and Brother Asaad is going to bring it to you as we got it. We're going to bring it to you as we get it. See, I heard Sister Fawn Weaver say yesterday, I was watching YouTube. She said, these other people, you know, over Nike and all these other white boys, they write books 20 years after they've learned these lessons. She said, my people can't wait 20 years for me to share with you the lessons that I'm learning of success in business because we're too far behind to wait. See, so that's what we're bringing with this program, brothers. So we're bringing you what we need, right? What we need. Our unique experience requires something very unique and different from everything else that other people have. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, education, the definition of education or education is to bring out of, So education in its purest form, brothers and sisters, any kind of education is to draw out of you, bring out of you what God has deposited in you. So that's what education means. And this brother is sharing with us what you hear in Think and Grow Rich. You're hearing all the esoterics and metaphysics. See, a lot of us don't believe it because it sounds too spooky. So God will bring it a different way for you. Some of us feel some kind of way, Brother Asaad, because a white man. All right. You be on the side of the road dying and let a white ambulance driver come and stop to save your life. And you tell him, no, that's okay, because you white. And guess what? You will die out of our ignorance, not knowing that God sent that white ambulance to come save you. But that's okay. He wants us bad enough. He'll deposit that wisdom and knowledge and experience in brother, the courage coach, Brother Asaad. Because then you say, okay, well, let me listen to him. He black. Let me listen to it. Right? And then you get what we could have gotten all along. See, so this book right here, brothers and sisters, you got to get it. Go to that website I'll put it back on the screen, themoneygamebook.com. Give you 2 free gifts, and I'll tell you more about that later towards the end. But I'll give you 2 free gifts without even buying the book. And then on page 2, you get a chance to buy the book. And you should get the book, right? You got to understand, in order to get this, you got to fix this. See, the Bible talks about the spirit of discernment. The spirit of discernment. And I'm not a Bible scholar, but only time I ever known the Bible to talk about spirit is the spirit of God and the spirit of the Holy Ghost. And you know what I'm saying? And maybe the spirit of the evil devil, or whatever the case may be, but the spirit of discernment. That comes from knowledge. Discernment, you'll be able to say, okay, I have 2 choices here. Which one is better for me? See, so that's in the mind, brothers and sisters. See, we're trying to get new things with old ways and broken ways and ways that don't work. So the Money Game, the book, this show is based on this book. And once we clog out and get our minds right, then the money will come. It will come. It'll come so fast, so easy, you'll think you're doing, you'll just be shocked. And that's what we're here, brothers. We're here from my experience. Brother Asaad is here from his experience. We just took it from being an observer to getting on the field and playing the game. And now we want to coach people. Because if it's good enough for you, it's good enough to tell other people. right? So that's why he's the courage coach. Because you can have knowledge, you can have the will, but if you don't have the courage, it'll all look the same. It all materializes zero. So you can't look at a person and look at him and say, oh yeah, I can tell he got the will. I can tell he got he got the knowledge. You can't look at anybody and tell that. But when somebody got courage, you can see that. You can see that. Because you'll see him in action. You see him doing things that look strange. You see him doing things or her doing things that you'll second guess and wonder what they're doing and why they're doing it. And that don't seem right. But they got the courage enough to do it. Even if it's something wrong, they got the courage enough to do it. Because you can know what's right, brothers and sisters. You and I can know and have all the information in the world. But if we don't have the courage to fight against the forces that are blocking us, then I mean, why have the knowledge? It'll just burden you. With knowledge comes, what does it say, brother Asaad? The Bible says, with knowledge comes, with wisdom comes, knowledge comes sorrow, wisdom comes grief, or whatever it is, right? Why is that? Because now you know. Now you know what you see. Now you know what's going on. Now you see all the people that's lost and confused and the walking dead. And then you try not to be the walking dead and you see it's an uphill road and as hard as you know what. So here at the Money Game, so black people can win and dominate show, it's to help us, right? To put a little spittle in the dirt on the ground and make it mud and put it on your eyes so it can pull that mucus from out of our eyes. So we won't be, so we can stop being bamboozled and hoodwinked. But since we've been here 469 years, we've been here. Nobody's been here longer than us other than Native Americans, the white man, and then us. Everybody else, they can be confused. They cannot have it figured out. They can scratch their head and wonder what's going on, but not us. Not us. So we're here on this program to help us, brothers. So you got to share this stream, share this stream, share this stream, because you can go anywhere and learn about cryptocurrency. You can go anywhere and learn about real estate. You can go anywhere and learn about Forex. You can go anywhere and learn about all these ways of Turo and, Airbnb. I mean, that's not what black folks need. Black folks need what we need to clean this up. We need to get rid of these money myths. I talk about money myths in this book. I talk about the American educational system. Once you realize what something is made for and the purpose of it, then you'll never expect from it something that it was not designed to give you. All right? See, so that's discernment. Okay, well, the educational system wasn't designed to give me the knowledge I need to be free. So you start looking for it there. We're telling you where to go and find it. So if you go anywhere else after tonight, it's your program. It's your subconscious mind. See, so what we have to do, all knowledge, right? All information, all education, whoever's dispensing that information, that education, sharing it with you, brothers and sisters, they have to know their audience. See, Brother Asaad knows his audience. And a good teacher will meet the student where the student is educationally. The teacher doesn't stay where he or she is with all the information, all the education, and just come on. They can't on their own. Come on, I'm here. I got it all for you. See, that's what the educational system in this world does. Well, it's out here, but you got to figure it out on your own. It's out here, but it's not institutionalized. It's out here, but it's buried deep. It's out here, but you got to get through all the distraction. It's out here, but you got to get past your front door of your mind and then the front door of your house and then past all your relatives that's tapped into this matrix. Right? Because if not, brothers and sisters, we'll never have the wherewithal to use the information that's out there to build wealth, to close the gap, to get rich. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we need. If I know that, how do I know that? Because I had to try to figure it out for myself. Okay, I got all these books. but still ain't making I got all this knowledge. How about that? But I should be further along. So what's holding me back? I'm sure Brother Asaad thought the same thing. And that puts you on a personal journey. And if you love your people, then you have something in the spirit of God in you will say, I got to bring it back. And I got to share it with my people. And that's what we're doing on this program. That's what we're going to continue to do. And we got a special announcement to make at the end of tonight's program. We're going to go a little over because we got started late. But I wanted to come in and do this housekeeping item, brothers and sisters. You see on the screen, right? Donate to Closing the Gap broadcast, the main broadcast, right? Make your donation. See, it's down at the bottom. Share, follow. Because everybody plays the money game, but only a few, very few, very, very few win and dominate. Is they because they understand. They understand the law of use. They understand these laws. They might not know it by name. Our forefathers didn't know it by name. They knew it from the wisdom that they carried on from Africa over the thousands and thousands and thousands of years. That's why they didn't need education. They had laws, universal laws and principles and wisdom passed down. So the education, that's going in the wrong direction. Once you get wisdom, what else you gonna get higher than wisdom? Knowledge is the stair step to wisdom. So you go there, brothers and sisters, support us right here, right? Support us, because it takes money. You cannot say you trying to win and dominate. And Brother Asaad gonna come on again, and we're gonna talk about this money. It goes together, just like spirit and body goes together. One can't live without the other. See, that's what we have to understand as Black people. And especially those of us who are in the Nation of Islam under the guidance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, brothers and sisters, you and I are responsible for being the example on a mass scale within the mosque, within the nation, for our people. For our people. Just like we've heard of Les Brown and Eric Thomas and all them, but we got our own. We got Asaad, Muhammad, our own. This ain't nothing he just started, got inspired, and started yesterday. See what I'm saying? So part of this program is to bring the jewels that we have, particularly in the Nation of Islam. So we can see, the believers can see. And it's about tapping in. So we can tap in. Because you go to that website, right? To get your 2 free gifts. This website right here. themoneygamebook.com. You get 2 free, and that's going to start the network. Brother Asaad and I already talked about, man, we as we did on the other program, we way down the road, man. We already been thinking this thing out, because now is the time. We're not getting any younger, right? We're getting closer to the end than every day. So we got to act like it. Don't you see what's happening in this world, brothers and sisters? Shouldn't that make you change? Shouldn't that make you have a sense of urgency? Don't drink the Kool-Aid that they've serving to the masses of the people. Not if you're trying to win and dominate in life, period. You never drink what the masses of the people receive. You never, ever, ever do that. Ever do that. Right? So, brothers and sisters, you got to support. Nickels and dimes and dollars. So go to Cash App, $, the TMG, standing for The Money Game Show. All right? Drop some change on it right now. Well, after the show, share it. We used to say back in the Black Wealth Empowerment days, what? Sharing is caring. Come on, brothers and sisters. We hear a lot, and we be lectured a lot. This ain't one of those kind of shows. You get on that list, we're gonna make sure that you have what you need to put some things together, and we'll announce that later. So let me turn it back over to our courage coach, your courage coach, my courage coach, I only know of one courage coach. I mean, I've never even heard that phrase, coined before. I've never read that nowhere. Not courage and coach put together. So he's not a courage coach. Even though Eric Thomas and was Coach Payne and all them other, yeah, that's say we abundance, right? It's abundance out here. Ain't no lack in the universe. It's an abundance. So we don't have to take away from nobody. There's enough for everybody. What you have to do, brother and you have to hold on that which resonates with your spirit. Because if two people got the same information, everything the same, and you only can pick one coach, which one you gonna pick? You got something about one of them got to resonate in your spirit, right? In your spirit. It's just something about that other one. See, that's the difference. If you just go with pure information, you might be hooking up with the wrong one because we're not factoring in the God in us, the God presence in us. So with that being said, I'm gonna segue it back over to our brothers. But it's funny because God worked it out to where y'all got the dessert first. Okay, but that's how he wanted it to be, man. And like I say, he didn't panic. Panic for what? See, live anything is a good example of life. So when life don't go well, brother Asaad, teach on this for a minute. When life don't go well, do you panic? I think you kind of touching on that. Do you panic in life? Oh, well, that's why it's hard for you to make progress. Or do you pivot? That's a word they're using now. Do you pivot? See, those that always find a way to get up and get over and get on top of life, instead of life on top of them, they get on top of life. They have developed the muscles and the habit, the mental stamina to get up, to pivot, to don't panic. Don't panic. Think. A God thinks. He don't panic. All right? Swing it back over to you, brother. The courage coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother Daryl. Thank you, and thank you for the team. Closing the gap team, and those who made this possible. That that facilitated this kind of this program and been consistent at it for quite a while, and then had enough within them to say, you know what, let's tap into others and have them come in because they just said it could have been all about them and this our broadcast and our broadcast and our broadcast and we us look at us we doing our thing and that's fine, you could do that, but they say, you know what, now let's open this up. Let's there's 17 million keys at the time of the writing, and so there's a lot of locks too that need to be opened up, and so the more people that we have that have found the key, and there's so much I can go into that. We can go into that, but we're not. Found the key. Then you become a key for other people. So that goes into Brother Daryl's point, you all, that find somebody that resonates with you, right? That there's something about this person that just connects for me. And let that be a person. I as I go through my life, mentors will change and just based on my level of growth and development. Where I might have started off here, I don't stay there. Like right now, I can listen to Tony Robbins. I'm like, yeah, been there, done that, got all that down. You know what I'm saying? I know what he's doing. I know every strategy. I got all the blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm past that. So I'm not still listening to Tony. I don't listen to any Tony. No shade on Tony because he's good at what he does. But he's a key for people that has a very specific place in their journey. And I've gone through that. I've been unlocked in those areas. Now I need to keep moving on. So you always should be moving, constantly growing and adjusting. And we're prayerful and hopeful that right now at this moment in time, you found the Closing the Gap Network, you found the Money Game Show, and you say, wow, it's something about these brothers, something about what they're doing and saying. It just, I don't know, it just resonates with you. I like this. I need to tap in. So you got instructions on how to tap in. I'll tell you this one thing: if Brother Daryl and I have been very good at being consistent. It might have been the water where we grew up. I don't know what it is. We can
In
blame
California.
That's right.
That's that Cali water. Cali
It's
water.
that Cali water. And so, but it's consistency, just tenacity, just going after it, going in, no quit, no give up. No matter what happens, keep going. Now, I want to say this, one thing that I like to do always, Brother Daryl, and everybody who's watching, thank you all for tuning in, is talk about the scarcity just for a second. Scarcity. Do you all know what scarcity is? I got to the root of this. It's an insufficiency or a shortness of supply. An insufficiency or shortness of supply. Well, we already talked about that's not even true. There's no such thing as scarcity. I hope. Oh, I don't know if somebody got that, Brother Daryl. There is actually no such thing as scarcity. There's no lack of stuff. We're on a planet full of stuff. I was telling one of my coaching clients just the other day. I said, right now we were somewhere in all the tree. We were way up in like northeast Arizona, and there's all these forests and trees and stuff. I said, do you know how much food is out there? You know how much food is out there. You might not know what it is. You might not know how to identify it. Like parsley, like wild parsley, wild spinach, wild cabbage, turnips, and this, and you can do this, nettle this, and broadleaf soup vad. And there's so much food. It's abundance of stuff. The planet is full of stuff. They're on my land right now. There are wild passion fruit growing and blackberries. Wild. They don't eat. You ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got be there. Nobody's got to water it, and I got to make sure I do right and try to make sure. You ain't got to do all that. Just be abundant. That's abundance. So me to say, man, ain't no food out here. What? On the planet? Maybe not where you standing, but that's where you got to be brave enough, bold enough, courageous enough to say, you know what? Hold on. Wait a minute. There's abundance. And what does abundance mean? It says a very large quantity of something.
So let me ask you this, brother.
Go ahead. Yes,
let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
So what you're saying, what you're telling our audience when it comes to money or anything, but this is the money game.
That's right.
So no matter how much money that they can imagine is out there.
It's out there. It's always more.
No matter how much they think they need to get out of their current condition. It don't have to always be bad. Now, I don't always subscribe to everybody suffering. No. I saw somebody, brother Asaad, with a brand new Range Rover. No, start at 100 and some odd change, 150,000. So everybody ain't suffering.
Come on.
And everybody ain't putting $10 at a time of gas in their car. Some people before the recession was filling it up. Some people now, during inflation, I should say, filling it up. Some people before the inflation was blowing the AC and keeping the house at 72. Now, since things have gone up, they still keeping their house at 72. Right? Why is that? Why don't they Why don't they skim back? Why don't they skim back? Now, touch on, if you will, brother. I saw something in that word, scarcity. What's the first 4 letters of that word, scarcity?
Yeah, all you gotta do is add an E with it. You get scared. Yep. Scared. That's right.
And we know scared money
don't make money.
Don't make money. So if you hesitant to give to the program, it ain't the white man. What stops you from giving to the program? You scared. You scared. You scared. Nobody even told you how much to give. Said give. Because the Courage Coach and I talked about this on our old show. We squeeze money, choke money, but we waste our time free. That's backwards. That's backwards. So let's give them. We're gonna run out of time, and I don't want us to run out of time because we used to this. Like I said, we did 154 episodes, 2 hours every Sunday. We had Sister Sajda Muhammad on years ago, the one that's doing the Elijah House. Years, and she hadn't even started that project. I don't even know I think she might have written her book years ago. And we're gonna have some testimonies. We talked about all this. We're gonna bring some folks on that was on our show and took the information like you. Viewers took the information and they gone. They gone, brothers and sisters. They doing their own thing. And that's how it should be. And we understand that. The coach and I understand that. That's why we give, but we don't do it a little differently this time. We gonna get those that need to lock in, and we gonna go on a journey. He said that we gonna go on a journey for the rest of our lives. See, because when you win and dominate, you put together a team, you do everything you can. Once you find the right pieces, you do everything you can to keep that team together. Keep that team, and if it's that way in sports, what you think it is when it comes to the money game, which is life. But I don't want to. I regress. So, brother, catch on. Give us some pointers real quick. Maybe I'm still a student. Like I just bought this book called, and I wish I would have brought it down here. Anyway, I'll cover that later. So, some points. See, we go. We are. Brother Asaad, we have a good time, brother. So hopefully you're enjoying our show. You see how it flow naturally. So he's not a guest. He would tell you not a guest. He's a guest on this show, but he's not a guest. Just on this show. Right? It's like you get a new house. They didn't visit your old house, but this is a new house. So he a guest in your new house. He's a guest here at the new show. But no, brother. So give us some so scarcity. How can we break? Give them some 2-3 pointers that we can write down and say, okay, right, I'm gonna work on this for the next. I heard now it's not 60 days. I heard it's now is 66 days. But whatever it is, for the rest of your life. I talk about that in my book too. If you're gonna win and dominate, it's for the rest of your life.
Every day. That's right. That's right. So let's deal with that. So scarcity being insufficiency or shortness of supply. Now we covered that there is no such thing. Let's eliminate the erroneous thought that there is some such thing. The first thing I want you to write down, there is no limitation of stuff. There is no limitation of stuff. Or let's write it in a positive. There is unlimited stuff. Step one is to realize this. There is unlimited stuff. Now we say
whatever
money,
that stuff is for you.
Right, whatever that stuff is, it is really irrelevant ultimately. So we talk about money because most people are focused on money, the physical. But when Brother Daryl says the money game, it's not about pieces of paper. I think you all misunderstand. He's using it because that's the anchor for you all mentally. Money. But it's really the mindset game. It's really the mental game. All of it's connected to how you think, and what you do as a result of how you think. So scarcity of any area of your life is scarcity. All translates into all areas of your life. So the first thing is to write down there is an abundance of stuff, whatever that stuff is that you say you want and feel you deserve, right? The second thing I want you to do, once you realize that abundance of stuff, I want you to start doing some small things. Now, I talked about this on a live I did recently, Brother Daryl, and I want to share this with those who maybe never heard us on Black Wealth Empowerment. They might have missed all 154 of them episodes. I don't know how. You might have just been born. They might not have been. Might have been young. They couldn't watch then. They're older now. You know, we still here. We still here in the game, and now they like, oh, I didn't even know I was 12 in the nation when y'all was doing that. Okay, cool. Now you're older now. You of age, so you can tap in. But watch this now. But one of the things I realized in this process of getting rid of scarcity is I developed a system for myself. A system. Now watch this. This is what paradigm is. A paradigm is an example or a pattern of something. See, if you want a paradigm shift, you have to set up patterns, right, that go contrary to what you've been doing. A paradigm is a pattern of something, a pattern, a methodology, a way. So here's one of the ways I got out of the scarcity mindset. Today, it happens all the time. My life is amazing. It happens all the time. I went to the Sprouts. I took care of one of my clients today, and I said, well, you know what? Let me stop and grab some money, right? I want to grab some money out the ATM because I like having physical paper too in my hands, and because I just like the feel of it. And so I stopped there, and I'm at the ATM just pulling all this money out, and then a brother who wants to get land too. We sat down and talked for about an hour, maybe a month ago. He happened to be in there. I'm like, what the heck you doing over here? I'm like, he's like, hey. And so we talked or whatever. But anyway, I get the money out and I go by the Sprouts, y'all. And I pull up to the Sprouts in that very first parking spot right there at the end near the door. Guess what? It was waiting for me. Parking lot was full. It was waiting for me. I pulled up. I pulled in that parking spot, and I said, like I always say, preferred parking for preferred people, because this is how my life is supposed to be. I think I said it twice. Then I jumped out like I was on some like jumping out of a Rolls Royce or something like that. And people like, who is he and why is he walking? I spoke to the brother coming up behind me. How you doing, bro? Good morning. He's like, good morning. And I'm feeling like a champion because I am a champion. See, so after you realize there's an abundance of things, of stuff, the second thing, I want you to set up patterns, phrases, and statements that reinforce that. Preferred parking for preferred people. You can use that one. I bless you. I'll give y'all that one. Anytime you pull up to that front spot, that right in front of the door spot, that parking spot in front of your apartment or whatever, it's oh, woo, you like, bam, right there in front of my door. You like preferred parking for preferred people. This is how my life's supposed to be, right? This is normal for me. Good things are always supposed to come my way. So the third thing I want you to write down is have a healthy expectation that good will come your way. Have a healthy expectation that good will come your way. This is going to help you get rid of the scarcity mindset, right? So there's an abundance of stuff, right? There's abundance of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. I'm going to set up systems and phrases that reinforce that there's abundance of stuff. And that I'm going to also have in my mind that good, I'm going to expect good is always coming my way. Everything works out for my good. Every single thing that occurs on the planet is for my good. That's just my thinking. You say, well, I don't agree. That's okay. Stay exactly in the position you're in. Good luck with your journey. I'm not telling you got to do it or don't got it. It's up to you. My belief system is that everything that happens on the entire planet is for my benefit. Everything. What about this over there? It's all for my benefit. I may not see how, but it is. So those are just a few things that you can do just to start that journey. When we start tapping in directly with you, we could take you so much more deeper and deal with the actual intricacies of your unique mindset. See, we can give you things. You can read a book, Brother Daryl, and I've read thousands and thousands of books, right? But gone to thousands of workshops and seminars. But one thing I realize is that unless you work one-on-one, you're going to get the surface. You're going to get the basics, because there's some stuff that Brother Daryl has gone through and interacted with in his life uniquely to him. He has a unique mindset. I have a very unique mindset because I have a series of events and parents and all this data that leads me to be who and what I've become. And so if I want to go to another level, I need somebody to deal with me or handle me directly and uniquely according to my unique journey. See, it's one thing to have a key and you can jiggle and you kind of get it open. But when you dial in and got all the pins are lining up perfectly, it opens up so smooth. You ain't got to jiggle it. You ain't got to move it in and out. You ain't got to oil it. You just go, click. Oh, they open right up. Because I got the right alignment of things to your life. So those are just a few things, Brother Daryl, to get rid of that scarcity.
Sir. Thank you, Brother Asaad. Brothers and sisters, write those down. You should have them written down and go back and study it. See, you have to understand, and we're going to do our very, very best to make sure that you understand you have to unlock doors. He talked about keys earlier. Doors that'll get you to the money. You were blessed today to get the dessert first, but don't expect that as no norm, right? In life, I'm talking about. In life. So understand, brothers and sisters, see, with the gurus don't because they trying to sell an abundance of courses. Don't get me wrong, get me right. What the gurus don't tell you, is the hard work that you have to put in before you get to this abundance of money. They don't want to tell you that because they don't want to discourage you from starting the journey. And there's some validity in that. A mama wouldn't be a good mama if she fed a baby that has no teeth meat. And then the baby choke, suffocate, and die. And you blame the baby? No. You blame the mother who didn't have enough sense to know that the baby didn't have the teeth or the digestive system, but the teeth to chew it up and break it down. So we're going to tell you the truth because we have no ulterior motive other than for you and I to come together so we can put together what they call a mastermind alliance, a mastermind group, be a group that makes up one idea and one purpose, right? Marcus Messiah Garvey said, right? One aim, one purpose, one destination. Right? I believe that's right. So that's what it's about. And now is the time. And we'll get into it more once you get on the list and we start this journey together. Brother Asaad and I, we older now, we more experienced, more mature than we were when we did the BWE Black Wealth Empowerment Show. So we got it now. We know exactly. We know what we need and how to get there faster than before. Faster than before. Brothers and sisters. So you had anything else, brother, that you want to share before we get into the special announcement, or you want to roll into that?
Just what's one thing. This is for the Muslims of the Nation of Islam. Real quick. This is gonna be quick. I got it. Go in house real quick. Right now, one
drop
thing.
Go ahead, drop.
I got to do this. I got to do this. Now, those of you who are registered members of the Nation of Islam, and those of you who are not, this principle is so pregnant, so weighty. Everybody benefits from this, right? It is all his or her own. But we were taught in our supreme wisdom, it says Islam is mathematics, mathematics is Islam, right? That means they're equal. They're equal, right? They're equal. And you can prove it in no limit of time, and it stands true. Okay, you prove it in no limit of time. Now, prior to that, during my studies, Brother Darrell, and told you registered members might not know this, in my studies, I found that there were actually, prior to that, there actually was no standard or accepted definition of mathematics. Mathematics actually was just a concept, an idea. It wasn't like adding is mathematics, subtracting is mathematics. There was no definition. In 1930, there was no definition of mathematics. So here comes Master Fard Muhammad, who actually supplied the definition for something that had not been defined. He said mathematics is Islam, Islam is mathematics, and it stands true. Now, when you drill Islam down, it says submission, but all the way drilled down, it goes all the way to the root, way back, it says peace. The Hebrew, Aramaic says peace, Islam, right? Peace. So mathematics is peace, and peace is mathematics. How is that true? Because when we use our mathematical theology in a proper term or time or method and moment, we have peace. So if your life is not peaceful, if my life is not peaceful, Brother Darrell, that means my math is wrong. My mathematics is off. So my equations are a little confused. So what we want to do on the money game, and then going forward, we want to help you all hone in on the right mathematical equations to bring about peace in all areas of your life. You should have abundance. See, when you're in abundance, don't you think that's going to be peaceful? You got abundance of love, abundance of compassion, abundance of wealth, abundance of housing, abundance of people that happy people, abundance. All this abundance is peaceful. Peace, 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 peace. No conflict, no chaos, no dysfunction, no disorder. That's abundance. Think about that don't that feel good to you? But all we got to do is put our mathematical theology to use or work in the proper term, time, or sequence. Once we get that, we'll have peace. That's why when people say, how's everything going? I say, my life is amazing. This is crazy. And some people like, maybe something going to happen. So I had somebody say that to me, brother, real quick. Man, some bad always. I said, well, that depends on what frame you put around stuff. I don't choose to put negative frames around things. Yeah, some adverse things may happen, but that don't change how I choose to look at it. What if your car goes out? Okay, then I get on the bus. What do you mean? Get another car. I don't know. Ask a neighbor for a ride. There's so many options. In that one moment, only thing you can't undo right now, so far as I know, is death. I don't know yet. But that's the one thing I think you may not be able to undo. That's the only non-negotiable right now that I think. Ain't got there yet. Ain't trying to get there quick. But so everything else is negotiable, y'all. So let's go into this, brother Daryl. Let's drop this on them because I think I really believe that the people who are watching this, those who will be watching it later, they are ready for a transformation, a paradigm shift in their life, personally and professionally. Please drop it on. Please let them know what's
Yes,
going
sir.
on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm.
Brothers and sisters, brother, the Courage Coach and I, like I said, we've been doing this for a while now. We're always looking at how we can bring value to our community in general, but in particular, the followers of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, right? And we know what we need. Brother, the Courage Coach and I know what we need that others aren't providing, not providing specific to us in the language, words, right? In the language that we need to use to make sure clarity is achieved, is accomplished, right? Because you have to understand, brothers and sisters, and thank you for those that stuck with us, and definitely share. You got influence, you have friends, share with your friends. That's your currency. That's one of the ways you pay without money. And you eventually reach enough people, then y'all get together who you have influence over. Y'all put y'all nickels and dimes together. Now you got money. But the point I'm trying to make here is that this may sound, esoteric and all that ain't about money, but this is the only place that you're going to get the spiritual, right? The esoteric, the theory, not so much theory. No, that's not right. You're going to get the laws and principles of success and put it together with money. That's the only way you can win and dominate. They have to come together, the right laws and understanding of the right principles and laws of abundance and the lack of, there's no such thing as a scarcity and a law of reciprocity and a law of use and all these different things that the Courage Coach is going to get in, define, and then I'll come and attach it to the money principle. Because there's a gap right now. Folks talking about money over here, folks talking about laws of attraction over here, but who brings them together and wed them together? Because that's what we need. Because we're both spiritual, law, right? Everything is in us, and everything so we're that, and we're material. We're the most spiritual people on the planet, and we're material. So for us, as Black people, original people, if we don't put those two together, we'll never have what we need to rebuild this thing, to make the reality the way it was in the beginning and the way it shall be forevermore. So we're excited, brothers and sisters. You all are the first to hear this announcement. Let me put it on the screen. Brother Asaad and I have agreed. But we're not going to, you got to be more motivated than us, because we got it. And we're sharing it with those that want it, You can't drag a man to success. You can't drag a man to his own salvation, right? So we've put together a program. Let me see if we can get it on the big screen. We've decided, let me see if I can do this a different way. Brothers and sisters, the bottom line is we've decided, it's right there on your screen, right? We have decided to come out with the Money Game Live Coaching Program. Live Coaching Program, right? So what you need to do is go to that website, bit.ly, bit.ly/TMG Coach. Coach. Put your name and email address there. You're going to start receiving communications from us, right? We're going to have a qualification process. We're going to have a questionnaire to see if this is going to work for you, because we're about success now. Brother Asaad and I said we're at the point now. It's time to show and approve, right? It's time for us to line up with those individuals that's going to put it all in. Look how the players are playing on the world stage. They doubling down on their position, right? Russia doubling down, Ukraine doubling down, right? Israel doubling down, Hamas, everybody doubling down. It's time for you and I, if we're going to have a chance to win and dominate, we have to double down. And everybody that wins and dominate has a coach. See, like I said, that's why we have to meet. This knowledge has to meet Black people where we are. Because it's been out there. There's commercials out there. It's been popping up on your feed, on your social media, but you ain't been going to it because there's a gap that's stopping you, right? So as Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told us and instructed us to go into the city and come between the gangs and the bullets. That means covering that gap. So we're going to cover down this gap with this program, brothers and sisters, and everybody needs it, right? Everybody needs it. And this is live. So brother Asaad and I, we have limited time, brothers and sisters. So we're gonna pre-qualify everybody, okay? And we're gonna lay it out. And we're gonna have a pre-qualification Zoom call to make sure everybody's clear. Because we don't want anybody to claim misunderstanding and oh, see, here we go again. And that's why we don't. And we're not doing none of that. We're not doing that, brothers and sisters. We're not doing that. That's for them other folks. Let them worry about who hoodwinked them and bamboozled. See, that's why we got to stay within our community, within the Nation of Islam, those that have qualified themselves through their sojourner within the Nation of Islam under the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, that's gone beyond their membership, right, in their level of dedication. We're not going to pull anybody from outside. It's just brother and I, and we're going to do this thing. We're going to marry those two together. So go to that website, bit.ly/TMG coach. And we're gonna come back. That's gonna be, we're gonna update it. We're gonna keep you posted. We're gonna continue to run this every episode. We're gonna invite people in because we got to reach a certain level to make it worth everybody's while. Right? We got to reach a certain level, and brother and I are gonna determine if that's 20, 25, 30, 50, whoever that gets accepted into the coaching program. Okay? Because you can go to them other ones, they're gonna cost you thousands and thousands of dollars, and they're not gonna make the message specific to our condition. And there, once again, is that gap. Is that gap. You can step back, and like you jumping, over a ditch, you can get you a good run and try to leap, but if you don't run fast enough and leap right, you're gonna fall right in that ditch. See, so that's what happens. You get these programs, spend $1,000, you say, okay, all right, I'm about to do this thing. So you build yourself up and get motivated and get to running and jump. And the other side is just too far. And you fail at another business opportunity because nobody came with that bridge to fill in the gap. But that's what this program is going to do. This Zoom, this channel right here, right? The Money Game Show. But we're going to take it to another level. And every program after that brother and I do, we're going to ramp it up. We're going to ramp it up. We're going to have live events where we meet at a certain place, right? And we're going to get more of that in private. Because he and I have been around long enough in the nation to know that the enemy don't have no press conference. He don't go on YouTube and tell you what he going to do. He doesn't do that. So brothers and sisters, now is the time. You go to that. That's the great announcement. You heard it first tonight. So every show moving forward, you're going to hear about the coaching program, bit.ly/TMG for the money game, TMG coach. Right? And we're going to tell you what that number is that we have to reach of applicants. And then from those applicants, we have to reach another number of those that's going to willingly give their time. We're going to make it clear too now. We're going to make it clear. Your time, your energy, and your money. Because on this show right here, brothers and sisters, the show we having right here, I'm going to help you. Stop being so cynical. How long you been in America? You don't realize everything in America is about money? So you still watching free programs and then you say, oh, I knew they was going to sell something. Why do you think the gas station is down the street on the corner of the street? I ain't never seen a gas station in the middle of the block. It's always on the corner. See, so we got to stop this. That's part of the mindset that the coach is going to help you with. And on that note, the Courage Coach has agreed to pick up where we left off with Black Wealth Empowerment. He has agreed to come on, hopefully every time, every broadcast, every episode, to co-host this program with me. So every episode, you'll get a dose of mindset, skill set. But it's really mindset. It's all mindset. You get the right mindset, you ain't gonna be able to keep still. You have to do something. You have to implement that to see. Let me see if that works. let me see if I can make that do what he said it can do. Right? That's where you have to get, brothers and sisters. That's the point where we have to get. So those are two good big announcements. Number one is the coaching program. Go now, sign up, and stay and keep on coming back. Keep on coming back. And then the Courage Coach has promised to join us every second and fourth. Our broadcast is every second and fourth Sunday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. You come back, share some friends, and we're gonna do this thing. We're gonna talk about land. I mean, we talk about because it's time now, brother. I'm telling you, brother, it's time, man. It's time. The Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan said on what 93rd birth anniversary, what it was. He said, if you want to be successful, pattern after me. Pattern yourself after me. Where does he spend most of his time? At the farm, where there's fresh air, there's space, there's fresh food, no congestion, no chemtrails. But chemtrail pass over you in the country, you gonna know that's a chemtrail for real. Cause ain't nobody, what you doing? What you doing flying over here? We got no mosquito problems over here. What you doing flying over here? See, you don't have no road rage, brothers and sisters. So these are the things that we're gonna talk about because it's time now to stop theorizing, and I call it romancing. We romance about being wealthy. We romance about having abundance. We romance about, Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say, romance without finance is a nuisance. So it's time to grow up, brothers and sisters. We've been here 469 years or whatever it is. We've been here too long to always have to start from scratch. Time out for that. So if you agree, then you go to that website. Go to themoneygamebook.com, get on that list. All right, go to bit.ly/TMG coach. Get on that list. Now don't get up, don't do these lists like you do all the other ones. Just get on it to get on it. You get the emails, you don't look at them, you ignore them, you delete them. Ask me how I know, because I do it. I just want the free report. and I don't unsubscribe because I might want some, want that information later on. But what good is that? This ain't one of these kind of programs, brothers and sisters. We're going to take you as far as you want to go. All right? So that takes us right at our 2-hour time, even including the delay in getting on here live. We want to thank you. Courage Coach, give them your contacts, man, how they can reach you. You got a book and stuff, all that. When you get on our private list now, we're going to be straight up private. When we get on here, we're going to be some doers and shakers, right? We're going to do just like school. You know what I'm saying? You miss certain absences, you out of here. We don't need your money that bad. No, we need we need all three. God say he wants your body, your mind, your soul. We want your money, your time, and your energy. That's what we want. Courage Coach, give them your contact information and tell them how they can get your book.
Well, they can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Instagram is Your Courage Coach. You want to email me? It's godguided@gmail.com. You want to email responsibly. Email responsibly. I am the Courage Coach. All right. So I ain't got to say no more than that. But so godguided@gmail.com. All right. If you want to send an email but here's what I want to do, brother. I'm brother Darrell. I'm working on a new project, but I'm going to save that. I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm going to save that for the private coaching. I'm going to invest. Most of you know that as a speaker, I was a speaker for many years. God guided. Yeah, God guided. Speaker for many years. And I actually stopped speaking several years ago publicly out and about. I only do very selective things. I won't travel unless somebody offers me an exorbitant amount of money, or I believe in what they're doing. If I really wholeheartedly believe in what they're doing, then I will show up.
Damn.
Right, in terms of getting on a plane. But what I decided to do, brother Darrell, and for the Money Game family, I'm going to invest. Because people ask me, what are you going to do now? What's going on? I've been holding back and waiting just to watch and observe a lot of things that's going on in the marketplace. And what I want to do is I want to invest the majority of my time and effort into building and growing this team. Right. So what I'm doing is dedicating my energy into that. So I want you all to tap in, go into the bit.ly/TMG coach, tap into that. Because if you want privacy, I stopped coaching people. I actually stopped coaching. I have some last minute coaching clients right now. I'm wrapping up, but I stopped talking to people. I stopped giving free advice. I stopped giving all the free information and all that, going doing the lives, because I realized that most people won't value it that way. They figure, oh, whatever, he's just gonna do his thing. And so I said, well, let me pull that back and save that. So those of you that know, yes, we done books. We got all the Nuri's books. We got Abe, son of Sister Ava. May Allah be pleased with her. We did this. We did study guide. We did all these things. We did. Sister Foodia, shout out Sister Foodia, H Town in the house. So, but we did all these things, and I don't even talk about me at all. I don't talk about me because it's not. I don't do those things for me to look good. You see my name at the bottom of every single book I ever touched. Right? Why? Because it's not about me personally. It's about you all getting the information that's contained in the product and not going, look what I did. As we go into this coaching program, I want you all to have such exclusive access to me and how I've been able to do so much in such a short span of time in my life. I'm going to walk you through all the things I've done in my life. You say, man, what haven't you done? I know. That's the real question. And you'll say there's a mindset that we want to show you and give you. And then when you get those, the intricacies, the connection that Brother Daryl's going to give you, we're going to couple those two together. So thank you, Brother Daryl. So, but they can reach me via email. I'm going to save this new book that I'm going to release it specifically inside of that coaching program. This is going to be something so powerful, so off the chain, and we may even give it away free to those who get accepted.
Yes,
sir. Thank you all.
Yes, sir. Brothers and sisters, membership has its privileges, right? And in that coaching program, I failed to mention, which is important, in that coaching program, you have to submit your questions prior to, so Brother Asaad and I can review them prior to, future calls and answer specific questions. It's not going to be like you hearing now. It's not going to be a general presentation. Right? It's going to be, okay, this question, we're not going to tell who it is because it's their personal question, but we're going to say, okay, question that came in last week was such and such. They want to know such and such. And this question is for coaching question for Brother Asaad. Boom. This coaching question is for Brother Daryl. Boom. So if you're on the call, you better write it down. Oh, got it. And see, a lot of times you heard in school, the question that you ask might be for somebody else. They just didn't have the courage to ask it. See, so that's what's going to be a part of that coaching call, right? Specific questions will be answered specifically, practical how-to steps, right? We give you some here, but we need to have, that's what coach customizes your training for you, customizes your development for you, customize it for you. So that's what you're going to get, because see, we know that that's what's required. That's what's necessary. And you can just read it. It's all over the place. For those that know, it's understood. Kobe had his own personal coach that he paid out of his pocket. Michael Jordan had his own personal coach, same coach, by the way, paid out of his pocket. What's his name? Brady had a black brother at the college he went to that was his own personal mindset coach that he paid out of his pocket. I got his book, the brother's book. See, so it's out there. It's just that you haven't tapped in yet. So we're here to help you, expose you to what a whole new world that's out there in abundance. It might seem scarce to you because you ain't tapped in yet, but it's in abundance. And then you get in that circle, and that's common knowledge. You just learned it last week, because you got to change your circles. You got to put yourself around the right people. And it starts with that coaching program, brothers and sisters. So go to bit.ly/TMG coach. Right? You got to be qualified now. This, like I said, this ain't no freebie. You got to be qualified. You got to be serious. And we're going to vet you to see if you're serious or not. Because we don't want you to waste your time, your energy, and your money. We'll recommend a book. There you go, get your book. And so you study those books and build yourself up. Because no matter where you try to ascend to, you have to have the foundation to get to that next level. If you don't, then you need to work on the foundation. Brothers and sisters, thank you so much for being here and being patient with us. Share this stream, mark your calendar, subscribe to Closing the Gap CTG broadcast YouTube channel. hit subscribe, hit the notification so you can watch all the programs, right? And come in and tune in and watch this one as well. Okay, brothers and sisters, do that for yourself. 6 p.m. every second and fourth Sunday. Myself and now my co-host, the Courage Coach, Asaad Muhammad. As we used to say always, brother Asaad, at Black Wealth Empowerment, we'll see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most importantly, our Black community deserve your very best and nothing less than your very best. Till next time, assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Peace.